Okay, next is the arson. So arson and fire investigation. So arson investigation often present complex and difficult circumstances due to the fact that the perpetrator has truly planned the act and is not present during the act, and the destruction is so extensive. So biasanya untuk arson investigation ni complicated sebab ia berlaku dengan perancangan yang baik lah. Okay, dia dah merancang apa tindakan yang dia nak buat untuk melibatkan berlakunya kebakaran. So that's why it's more difficult. Okay, next, the arson fires also refers to the incendiary fires. So kebakaran ni pun adalah dipanggil sebagai arson fires. So intentionally set fires or arson usually involve an accelerant of some types as well as an incendiary device used to ignite it. So dia akan ada dua lah. Yang pertama adalah sesuatu yang akan mempercepatkan berlakunya kebakaran, dan yang kedua adalah device yang boleh menyebabkan kebakaran tu berlaku. Dia akan menjadikan keadaan tu terbakar lah, menghasilkan fires. So these two components create a physical evidence forensic chemists work with. So ini yang akan digunakan sebagai evidence for the forensic chemist. So macam contoh kes yang berlaku pada madrasah tu kan. So dia ada dua lah. Dia untuk berlakunya kebakaran tu, the fires happen when dia buka gas. Bila dia dah buka gas, and then ada juga device yang digunakan untuk ignite the set the fires lah, untuk ignite the fires. So dia menggunakan mancis. Betul, bila ada mancis dia bagi kepada gas yang dia dah bebaskan tu. So itu yang menyebabkan berlakunya kebakaran. So for fires in homes, basically it was set up from the bedroom mostly, and for the public building usually was started in the bathroom. Okay, what will happen at the fire scenes? So the first one is the arson investigator needs to begin to examine a fire scene for signs of arson as soon as the fire has been extinguished. So dia kena find the sign of this arson yang menyebabkan kebakaran tu berlaku. Kena cari puncanya dulu. So basically the experience shows that most of arson are started with the petroleum based accelerants, and the necessity to begin an immediate investigation take precedence even over the requirement to obtain a search warrant. So the search of the fire scene must focus on the finding of the fire's origin, di mana fires tu berasal, and most productive in any search for an accelerant or ignition device. Yang dua tadi itulah apa yang menyebabkan cepat berlaku kebakaran tersebut, dan juga apa device yang menyebabkan kebakaran tu jadi berlaku dan semakin merebak. So the next one is the collection of the sample in the site scenes. So at the suspected point of the origin of a fire, ash and soot along with the porous material that may contain excess accelerant should be collected and stored in the airtight containers and leaving in the airspace to remove sample. Okay, dia akan dimasukkan ke dalam bekas yang kedap udara lah, untuk kita preserve the sample to do the analysis. So the trace of flammable liquid residues may be located with a vapor detector or sniffer, and it is important that the sampling of similar but uncontaminated control specimen be collected. So tak boleh ada contamination lah. So the control specimens need to be collected. The search for igniters such as match and electrical sparking device of part of a Molotov cocktails must also be conducted. Sebab dia nak kena cari apakah punca yang menyebabkan kebakaran tu berlaku. Okay, tadi dua perkara iaitu yang mempercepatkan, to accelerate the fire, and also the ignition device for the fire. So the analysis can be done by using gas chromatography. So in the laboratory, the gas chromatograph is the most sensitive and reliable instrument for detect and characterize the flammable residues. The vast majority of the arsons are initiated by petroleum distillates such as gasoline and kerosene. So it is suitable to use gas chromatograph to identify the compound of gasoline and kerosene in the sample. Okay, from the gas chromatography analysis, it will give the result of this peak. So from this peak, it will compare with the non gasoline, which is recovered from the fire. This one is recovered from the fires, which is we don't know what is the compound, and then we will compare with the non compound, which is gasoline. So when it have a similar peak, this one is around this is have a similar peak, so that might confirm what is present in the unknown sample. So this will use by the forensic analyst to identify the accelerant used which initiate the fire, ataupun dia akan tahu apakah device yang digunakan yang menjadikan kebakaran itu berlaku. Okay, from this gas chromatography analysis.